Morning, Mr. Ted.
Good morning. I can hardly hear you.
I can hear you.
You can hear you. That's good. I can't hear you.
Oh, okay. Well, that's because you're chewing.
Could be. But usually I chew with my teeth, not my ears.
Oh, okay. Wow. How unusual.
Let me see. Let me make it a little louder.
Louder. You can't make it louder.
Now it's louder.
Why do you make it louder?
The speaker on the computer speaker.
Oh, okay. On the side. Okay.
Sometimes it's blocked by something else, but this time I was able to see it.
Oh, look at that.
Did you get involved in the discussion at all about West Palm Beach having testing done?
Someone called me. I forgot who it was. Yeah, they want to know how come we don't have it here in the village. I said, I don't know. Speak to the M&O committee. Oh, Sally wanted to know.
Yeah, Sally. Okay, she's been speaking to me about it and getting more information.
Yeah, well, I have a feeling it's above our pay grade to decide, and I think it was either turned down or not offered. One of the two.
The M&O committee, we met yesterday.
Yeah.
Not to talk about that, but it did come up, and for somebody to come in to do testing, they have to come in, and that's not First Services decision. That's Clubhouse.
Right.
And the Clubhouse says we're not letting them in.
Well, that's Zen West. That's the difference.
We don't know enough about them, and we don't want to be responsible for anything that happens when they're here. And in West Palm, it was all done in the parking lot of the shul, which is not within the village.
Right, similar to over here.
Yeah.
Right.
So some guy, I think the guy who was sort of the equivalent of the head of Kabrua, he made the arrangements, and they used that parking lot, which is their own, the shul's parking lot there. So I don't know who came in or what, but it's different from here. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with it. Then I spoke with my doctor about it, and he says, stay away from those kind of companies. They're just looking to make money. They don't have the best kind of testing that they're doing now.
Right.
And he says, as soon as I find a place where I could go, he himself, he says, I'm going to go and I'd let you know about it.
We got something from Urgent Care.
Yeah, urgent care is probably a legitimate type of activity is what I was thinking about.
They're doing it with Quest.
Yeah. Yeah.
But on the other hand, why would I go there with people who think they might have the virus? Why would I want to go, to a place where people might have it? You know what I mean? Even to test it. I mean, if I'm not sick, why would I want to go personally? I'm talking.
Yeah.
Why would you want to go? You stay away. But then again, what could I tell you? I don't know.
Well, let's go. Today we learned how to tie our shoes in the right order.
Yeah, well, you have to put them on first.
Oh. On Shabbos. During the week, you don't have to wear shoes.
Well, you have to wear sandals. Sandaline.
We're going to have a pair of sandals up on the beamer for anybody to put on.
Yeah. No, socks. Erwin, put your speaker on, Erwin. That's a boy.
You wear loafers on Shabbos.
You wear loafers.
And you don't have to worry about tying them.
Oh, okay. Thank you. What do you think, Bob? That's it. Really screw up, Bob. Okay, Bob, what's your opinion?
What's my opinion? My opinion is life is beautiful. I love you all. And I hope that everything works out for everyone. That's my opinion.
That's probably the best medicine. Very good. You're absolutely right.
You got to be upbeat. You got to be upbeat about everything. Everything will change. Everything will get better.
Wow. Upbeat or beat up? Very interesting. Funny language.
The same words, just put them in a different order.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I see Larry Fish is here, but he's just hanging in there waiting for the rabbi to come on. That's that Torah All one.
Uh-huh. Okay.
The one who's muted right now. And because he's, come on.
Yeah. Where should I?
Hey, Ted,
Yeah.
you got that list I sent you in Stanley?
And you sent to Stanley also? Okay.
Yeah.
I saw, yes.
Okay.
Where'd you get them?
Just going online, that's all. Just to look online. That's all. After I came back from my walk last night, I went online, Lino went online and yeah, picked up the names.
So he had looked at some of them. One I gave him the lead on that from Uline.
Yeah, I know. I saw that one.
So that one. And then I sort of looked for other ones and see where it gets us.
Well,
But I'd like to buy one from almost any of the places really and see what we think of it when we put it in. Whoop.
okay. Okay with me.
Okay.
All right, let it go. Say good morning, and we hang up. See, now he's gone.
How did I become host?
Okay, good morning.
Morning.
Did anybody have problems getting on this morning?
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
Okay, I did. So
I think, Rabbi, I have a feeling it's when Larry Fish comes on and blocks you.
I'm going to speak to Larry or Andrea because this morning I kept getting the fact that there was another meeting going on.
Right, and that's Larry Fish. When he comes on to see if you got on, he's on ahead of you, and I think he blocks you.
All right, I'll have to speak to him then. Because nobody else should be using it this early in the morning.
He comes on just to see that you got on. That's all.
Oh.
And then like now he's off. He went off. When you got on, he went off.
Maybe he has to get on and then transfer the host to me. I don't know.
Okay.
Right.
Anyway.
Rabbi Green.
Yes.
For some reason, Larry made me the host. I'm giving
What?
it to you. Larry must have made me, Bob Bromberg, the host for some reason. I'm giving it to you, though, okay?
Okay.
Oh, Mr. Bromberg was the host. He's now
was.
now you're the host.
Okay. All right, guys. Samach Bet is where on the Mishnah. Okay. Long Gemaras. That's all I can tell you. Like I always say, I didn't edit it. I just try to teach it. Okay. Long Amudim. Okay. We're coming back again to issues of what women or men now may wear on Shabbat going out in the Rishus Harabim. So our Mishnah says, Matnitin lo teitze isha b'machat hanekuva, that a woman cannot go out wearing a needle that has an eye that has been pierced. V'lo b'tabat sheyesh aleha chotem, and not with a ring that has a seal. V'lo b'koliyar. Now a koliyar is a kind of circular brooch. Okay? V'lo b'kovelet, and a kovelet is a kind of charm that has perfume in it. Velo b'tzluchit shel plyton. And that is like a container of balsam. Remember, balsam was a very positive, good smelling item. Okay, a kind of wood, right? And the vial.
This is very timely because these are all things you shouldn't buy for Mother's Day.
Oh, thanks, Ted. I'll remember that. Okay. Ve'im yatzta, if she goes out, chayevet chatat, divrei Rabbi Meir. Then she is obligated to bring a chatas, according to Rabbi Meir. But chachamim potrin, and the sages exempt her, bekovelet, with regards to the perfume charm, ubetzluchit shal plaitan, and with the vial, okay, of balsam. Gemara, Amar Ula says Ula, v'chilufehen ba'ish, and the opposite applies to a man. Alma, therefore, kasavar Ula, there seems to be that Ula is of the opinion, kol midei dechaze leish, anything that is appropriate for a man, lo chazi leisha, is not appropriate for a woman to wear. Okay? Umide dechaze leisha, and those things that are appropriate for a woman, lo chaze leish, are not appropriate for a man. Okay? So in other words, the implication so far, basically, is that Ula is saying those adornments that are appropriate for a man are not appropriate for a woman, and vice versa. Let's see what happens. Meitiv Rav Yosef, and Rav Yosef challenges this based on a braita. Right? Haroim, the shepherds, yotzin besakin, may go out wearing sackcloth. Right now, sackcloth, remember, was normally worn only for mourning, but on the other hand, apparently, it also could be worn as protection from the rain. V'lo hara'im bilvad, and not only the shepherds, okay? Amru, said the sages, ela kol adam, any person, ela shedarkan shel ro'im lotzeit besakin. But rather, it's more common for the shepherds to go out wearing the sacks, okay? That even though people then aren't commonly wearing that as a garment, okay? So since it could be worn either for men or for women as protection from the rain, that would disagree with Ula, okay? And challenge him to say no, that items that are adornments for men could be worn by women or vice versa, okay? So that's the point, right? Ela rather, Amar Rav Yosef, Kasavar Ula, rather Rav Yosef is arguing as follows. Ula must be of the following opinion, Nashim am bifnei atzman hein, that women are separate, independent people, and that therefore they have their unique adornments, and men have their unique adornments. Eitive, Abaye. And Abaye challenges this again now, Rav Yosef, with the following braita. Hamotzei tefillin machnisan zug zug. One who finds an eruvin, we'll get to it later, okay? A pair of tefillin that simply, let's say, are found on the road, okay, or outside the city, okay, and it's on Shabbat, okay, brings them into the city, okay, by one pair at a time, okay? In other words, he puts them on, okay, the hand, puts them on the head, and walks with them ordinarily, just as if they were a kind of attire, kind of clothing, and brings them back into the city. And then, if necessary, would go back and do it again. Now notice the fact that it says machnisin in plural, machnisan. Echad ha'ish ve'echad ha'isha. One applies to the same for a man, the same for a woman, implying that if a woman found tefillin, she would put them on and then walk them into the city. Ve'i amart nashim am b'fnei atzman hein. And if you say that women are independent, unique, right? Vaha mitzvat asesha zman gramahu. But then you might argue that the putting on of tefillin is a time-bound mitzvah for which women are exempt, and therefore maybe they shouldn't even put on tefillin, even to return lost tefillin. V'chol mitzvat aseh shezman grama nashim p'turot, and any time-bound mitzvah, women are exempt. Okay, so again, that's the challenge. How can you say that there's separate ornaments, items for men and for women? So the Gemara says, Hatam kasava Rabbi Meir Laila's man tefillin. The reason Rabbi Meir said before, okay, namely that, right, that women could not put them on in our Mishnah is because his felt tefillin could be worn anytime, okay, even at night. The Shabbat zman tefillin, and that even Shabbos was a time to put on tefillin. Remember, we said that there was a difference of opinion because of how you interpreted the word ot. Hava le mitzvat aseh shelo hazman grama, and that Rabbi Meir may have felt that tefillin was not a time-bound mitzvah. The whole mitzvat aseh shelo hazman grama nashim chayavot, and any mitzvah that is not time-bound, like a lav, for example, okay, women are obligated. Vaha hotza'ah kila'achar yadhi, and aren't we going to say perhaps that by a woman putting it on and wearing it into the city on Shabbat, that this is not the normal method of wearing it, right? It's a different style of method, right? And so if that's the case, wouldn't she be permitted? Amar Rabbi Yirmiyah, says Rabbi Yirmiyah, Be'isha gazbarit askina. No, he says, maybe we're dealing here with a woman who has some sort of official capacity. Now, like she's the treasurer of the community, okay? And therefore, for that reason, okay, she is permitted to wear certain, quote, adornments that a man might wear, for example, like the signet ring, okay? Why? Because ordinarily women would not wear it, at least according to Rabbi Meir. Amar Rava, says Rava bar Chana, Amar Rabbi Yochanan, Taratzta Isha. Okay, so here you've explained why a woman wearing a signet ring might be considered liable. Ish, mai ikalamema. Why then would you say, what about a man, right? In this situation, Ela Amar Rava, says Rava, Pa'amim she'adam notem le'ishto tabat, sheyesh oleha chotem. There are times when a man might give his wife his signet ring, laholicha lekufsa, umenichata biyada ad shemagat lekufsa, and he wants her to put it back in its appropriate box where he keeps it normally, and in order not to lose it, she simply puts it on her finger while she's carrying it back to put it in the box. Upa'amim she'isha notenet leba'ala tabat she'enu leha chotem. Okay, and there may be times when a woman is going to give her husband a ring that does not have a seal on it. Laholicha etzel uman letakein, in order to bring it to a craftsman to repair it. Umanicha biyado ad shemagia eitzel omein. And he would put it on his finger in order, again, not to lose it, till he brings it to the artisan, to the craftsman, to repair it. Okay. Going now to the next section. Our Mishnah that said, velo bekoliar, velo bekovelet. We said the koliar was a kind of circular brooch, and the kovelet was a kind of perfumed charm. Okay? So the Gemara says as follows, Mai kuliyar, what's a kuliyar? Ma Rebbe machbanta. It's a kind of brooch. Kovelet, what's kovelet? Amarav chumarta dephilo. It's a kind of like a bundle of fragrant herbs. V'chein amar Rav Asi, says Rav Asi likewise, chumarta dephilo. Also, he says that it's a kind of charm that contains balsam. Okay. Now, Tanu Rabbanan, says a Braita, Lo Teitzei Bechovelet, that the person should not go out wearing this kovelet, right? Particularly a woman. Ve'im yatzta, and if she goes out, Chayevet Chatat Divrei Rabbi Meir, similar to our Mishnah, right? That if she wears it, she is obligated to bring a chatas in the. If she wears it in Rishus Rabim Daled Amos, according to Rabbi Meir. V'chachamim amrim lo teitzei, but the sages say she should not go out. Okay, lechatchila ve'im yatzta, but if she goes out, petura, she is not considered guilty. Rabbi Eliezer, Omer, says Rabbi Eliezer, Yotzei Isha bekovelet lechatchila. According to Rabbi Eliezer, she may go out with this bundle of this kobelet from the very outset, lechatchila. B'mai kamiflage, what are they arguing about? Rabbi Meir savar masuihu, that Rabbi Meir considers this a burden, right, and therefore not an adornment, and thus it's prohibited, right? B'Rabbanan savrei tachshitu, and the rabbis consider it an adornment, and therefore permitted for women on Shabbat, even in Rishus Harabim. V'dilma, says the Gemara, and perhaps shalfa umechavya va'atya le'ituye. Perhaps, however, the rabbis are concerned that she might remove it and show it to another woman, and therefore wind up carrying it in the public domain. Okay? The Rabbi Eliezer, on the other hand, Rabbi Eliezer savar man darka lemirme, what kind of woman, so to speak, would wear this item? Isha sherecha ra, a woman who has an unpleasant odor. Okay? This is something that the kovelet is going to counteract. Right? Isha sherecha ra, a woman who has an unpleasant odor, lo shalfa umachlia, she's not going to take it off and show it, velo atya le'atuye, and she's not going to come and carry it. Arba amot b'reshut harabim, for the Dalit Amos in the public domain. Going on then. Vahatanya, but aren't we taught elsewhere, says the Gemara, in another Braita. Rabbi Eliezer poter b'kovelet u'b'tzluchit shel plaiton. Elsewhere we find that Rabbi Eliezer says he exempts the woman when she wears the perfumed charm or the container of balsam. Lo kasha, that's not a problem, says the Gemara. Why? Ha kikai ad the Rabbi Meir. In one hand, he's responding really to the view of Rabbi Meir. Ha Kikai Adarabanan. Here, on the other hand, he's responding to the view of the rabbis. Namely, the Gemara clarifies, Kikai the Rabbi Meir, when he's responding to the view of Rabbi Meir, the Amar Chayav Chatat, who say that the woman is required to obligated to bring a chatas, Amar Le Patur. He's saying she's exempt. Kikai Adarabanan, the Amre Patur, and when he's responding to the view of the rabbis and says exempt, Aval Asur, but the rabbis are saying she may be exempt, but it's still forbidden. Amar Ihu Mutar Lechatchila. What he's saying is actually she's permitted to wear it initially. Okay? Now let's go over to Amud Beis. Again, like I said, long Gemaras. Umay Rabbi Meir. Okay, so what about the view of Rabbi Meir? Okay, the Tanya lo teitze isha b'meltach shebiyada. Okay, on what basis do we cite Rabbi Meir? Okay, in regards to these herbs, right? We have a Braita where Rabbi Meir is saying that a woman cannot go out with a key in her hand. V'im yatzat chayevet chatat, divrei Rabbi Meir. And if she goes out, right, again, Rabbi Meir considers her chayev and has to bring a chatas. Rabbi Eliezer poter bekuvelet ubetzluchit shel plaiton. But we've said that Rabbi Eliezer holds that she's exempt when wearing this charm, okay, fragrant charm, or this bundle of fragrant herbs. Kovelet man dechashma. At what point do we say that we're referring to this bundle of charms? Okay, chasuri mixera vahachi katani. Says the Gemara, something is missing here, and this is how we have to teach it. V'chein bekovelet, v'chein betzluchit shel plaitan lo teitze. And similarly, with regards to a bag of a charm of fragrance or a bundle of herbs, lo teitze, she shouldn't go out. Ve'im yatzah, and if she does go out, chayevet chatat, divrei Rabbi Meir. Then she is obligated to bring the chatas, according to Rabbi Meir. Rabbi Eliezer, poter bekovelet ubetzluchit shel plaiton. And in that case, then Rabbi Eliezer exempts her with regards to the fragrant charms around the neck, or regards to the bundle of fragrant herbs. Bamed varim amorim. What are we really talking about here? Okay. Asks the Gemara, kasheyesh bahem bosem. Okay. We're talking about a situation, he says, when they contain some kind of perfume. Aval ein bahem bosem. But if it does not include perfume, chayevet, it would imply that she is then obligated, okay, to bring the chatas. Amar Rav Ada bar Ahava, zot omeret, that would seem to tell us, as Rav Ada bar Ahava, the following, right? Hamotzi ochalin pachot mikshiurei bekli, one who carries out, okay, a container with less than the normal minimum shiur of food in the container, right? Chayav, right, would be obligated. Daha ein babosem kepachot mikshur bekli dami ukatani chayevet. Why? Because then if the vial, if the container is lacking perfume, wouldn't that be similar to this, likewise, to the utensil that's lacking the minimum requirement of food? And there it's taught that one is obligated to bring the chatas. Rav Ashi Amar. Rav Ashi, however, is responding to that. Ba'alma in general, emalach patur. I would say to you, implying that I would not be liable, right? Should be exempt. V'shani hacha delite lemamasha klau. And the situation there is different because there's nothing of mamash. There's really nothing there that is, you're really talking about the utensil, being carried a utensil and not, okay, as a separate individual item and not as a container for the purpose of the fragrance, okay? That's the point, all right? Now, since we've had this discussion of perfumes, okay, fragrances, the Gemara is going to deal with this in a little bit of detail and to get sidelined, if you will, okay, with regards to this discussion. Excuse me. So we cite a pasuk, right? Pasuk coming from Amos, and Amos is dealing there with the behavior of the women of the northern kingdom and their lifestyle, okay? And he rebukes them. V'reishit shmanim yimshachu, said the pasuk, and they anoint themselves with all kinds of significant oils, okay, perfumes, right? Amar Rav Yehuda, Amar Shmuel, says Rav Yehuda in the name of Shmuel, Zeh Plaiton, that's balsam oil. Meitiv, response challenged with Braita by Rav Yosef. Af al Plaiton, Gazar Rabbi Yehuda ben Baba. Even in regards to wearing balsam oil, there was a decree by Rabbi Yehuda ben Baba, Velo Hodulo, and they didn't accept his decree. V'i amart mishum ta'anug, and if you say they were simply wearing it out of luxury, out of pleasure, Amailo Hodulo, why didn't they acknowledge his decree? Amarle Abaye. So Abaye responds to Rav Yosef, and according to your view then, Ha diktiv, where it's written also there in Amos the following, Hashotim b'mizrakei yayin, that they were drinking out of the bowls of wine. Rabbi Ami v'Rabbi Asi, the two of them, Chadamar kanish kanim, that they were multi-spouted cups. V'chad amar shemizrakin kosotehen zelazeh, and the other argued, okay, that they were sort of throwing their cups one to another, which is forbidden. Hachanami da asur, isn't that also forbidden? Vaha Rava bar Rav Huna. Okay, and don't we have a situation, says the Gemara, where Rava bar Rav Huna, Ikla lebei Reish Galuta, came to the house of the Reish Galuta, V'shata bekanish kanim, and he drank out of multi-spouted cups, V'lo marle v'lo mide, and they didn't say anything. Ela kol mide the eat bei tanug, right? But rather we say any situation where there is luxury, pleasure, ve'it bei simcha, and also a situation of joy, Gazru Rabbanan. That's where the rabbis may have made the Gezerah. Aval midei deitbe ta'anug, but a situation where there may be some luxury, velit be simcha, but there is no joy, lo gazru rabbanan. The rabbis did not make a decree. Okay. We get now again to citing another verse from the same section in the of a complaint of rebuke by Amos. Hashokvim al mitot shein v'sruchim al arshotam. Okay? That they lie on beds of ivory and sruchim stretch themselves upon their beds, their couches. Amar Rav Asi, says Rav Yossi b'Rebbi Chanina, Melamed shayu mashtinin mayim b'fnei mitotehen arumim. Okay, so we have this statement. Okay, says Rabbi Yossi b'Rebbi Chanina that in the morning they would get up and stand naked before their beds and urinate. Megadef ba Rabbi Abahu. Rabbi Abahu ridiculed this explanation. Ihachi, if that's the meaning of the word sruchim, okay, Ihachi hainu, if that's the meaning of the word sruchim, dichtiv, what about the fact, he says, that it's written elsewhere, okay, the following pasuk, Lachen ata yiglu birosh golim, etc., etc. Therefore they shall go captive with the first that go captive. Okay? Mishum demashtinin mayim b'fnei mitotehen arumim. Is it possible that they were the first captives because they were standing before their beds naked urinating? Yiglu barosh golim. That would be the reason that they would be sent among the earliest exiles. Ela amar Rabbi Abahu. But says Rabbi Abahu, Elu b'nei Adam, shayu ochlim b'shotim ze'im zeh. So he's saying the word sruchim implies the following, that these were the men that were eating and drinking together, v'dovkim mitotehen zo b'zo, and they put their beds, their couches next to each other, umachlifin eshotehem ze'im zeh, and they exchange wives one for the other. Umasrichin arsotam b'shechvat zera she'eno shalahem. And not only that, but they would exchange their semen one to another. Amar Ravi Abahu va'amrei la b'matnitin tam. Okay, as that's what the Rabbi Abahu declared. Okay. Right, and others say it was taught in a braita the following: Shlosha dvarim mivi'im et ha'adam lidei aniyut. There are three things which lead a person to poverty when poverty is considered a divine punishment. Be'elu hein hamashtin mayim b'fnei mitato arum, one who urinates in front of his bed naked. Umizalzel b'netilat yadayim, and who makes fun, makes light, so to speak, of washing hands. V'sheishto mikalelto b'fanav, and the situation where he's cursed by his own wife in his presence. An example, says the Gemara, Hamashtin mayim b'fnei mitato arum. The first case, urinating naked in front of his bed. Amar Rava lo amran ela de mahader ape lepuria. This is what only said when he was facing the bed. Aval lebrai, but if he was facing away, lit lan ba. There's nothing to it. Umahadar ape lepuria, and even when he's facing the bed, nami lo amram ela la'ara. Not except if he was doing onto the ground. Aval b'mana, But if he was doing it into a utensil, lit lan ba, there's nothing to it. And if he makes light of netilat yadayim, right, the practice, amarava lo amran ela delo masha yade klal. That's a situation where the person doesn't wash entirely. Aval masa velo masa lit lan ba. But if sometimes he washes and other times he might not wash, okay, or if he doesn't wash sufficiently, litlan ba, there's nothing to it. V'lav miltahi, the amar Rav Chisda, and there's no issue to it, as says Rav Chisda, ana mas'ai malay hafnei maya. He says, I wash full handfuls of water. Okay? V'yahavuli malay hafnei tivuta. And as a result, I'm giving handfuls of prosperity, of wealth. V'she'ishto mekalalto b'fanav, and the wife curses him in his presence. Okay, right? Amar Rava, says Rava, al iske tachshite. Right? In regards to her jewelry. All right, what does that mean? Okay, v'hani mili hu deitle v'lo avid. That's a situation where he has the money to buy her jewelry, but he doesn't do so. Okay, we'll go on. Okay, since we saw that the verses were dealing with Amos is rebuking of the leadership of the north in the time of the first temple, we're going to see that it refers to similar situations. And I'm not going to pull it out now, but if we read in Isaiah chapter 3, okay, a number of verses, 16, 17, and a few others, we'll see those are the verses that are being cited now by the Gemara. Okay? Darash Rabba Berei the Rav Eli. Okay? So Rabba, the son of Rav Eli, gave the following. Mai dichtiv, what does it mean when a pasuk says, Vayomer Hashem Ya'an ki gav'u benot Tzion? Okay? Moreover, the Lord said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty. What does that mean? V'teilachna netuyot garon. Okay? And they, right? Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped. Shahayu mahalchot bekoma zikufa. That they went with their heads held high. In other words, they walked very arrogantly. V'teilachna netuyot garon. And they walked with outstretched necks. Shahayu mahalchot ekev b'tzad godel. That they walked in such a way that it was walking 1 foot behind the other. Okay? Right? Mushkarot einayim, when it says that they were, their eyes sort of were, were making sounds and tinkling. Da'avei mele'en kochot le'einayhu u'meram nazan. Okay? That they would put blue eyeshadow on their eyes and they would beckon the young men to come to them. Haloch b'tafof, again, another part of the pasuk, right? Shahayu mahalchot arucha b'tzad k'tzara. Again, that they would walk in such a way that they would make certain sounds with their feet. Okay? Right? Short legs, long steps. Uberagleihen te'achsena. Again. Amar Rav Yitzchak debei Rav Ami melamed shematilot mor va'afar simon v'na'aleihen. It tells us that what would they do is that they would put perfume, balsam, okay, inside their shoes, umehachot b'shukei Yerushalayim, and they would walk into the marketplace in Jerusalem. V'kein v'chevan shemagiot etzel bachorei Yisrael, and when they saw young men there, bo'atot bakarka, they would stamp their feet on the ground, breaking the containers of the perfume. Umatizot alehem umachnisot behen yetzer hara ke'aras beka'asos. Right, and what would happen is they would break these containers of perfume, and they would entice the young men with the evil inclination, the same way that a serpent would poison someone. Right? So the Gemara asks now, Ma'i Puranotehem, what was their punishment? Kidadarish Rabba Bar Ula, as was said by Rabba Bar Ula, the following, citing again another pasuk from Isaiah, right? This time later in that chapter, right? Verse 24. V'hayat tachet bosem mak yihiyeh. And instead of sweet spices, it was rotten. Makom shahayu mitbasmot bo ne'asa nemakim. Namely, the place where they had this perfume, it became sores, okay, decaying sores. V'tachet chagura nakfa, okay, and under, so to speak, instead of the girdle, there would be a rope, right? Makom shayu chagorot b'tziltzul, okay, right? Ne'asa nekafim nekafim. Again, where they normally would have worn their belts, their girdles, became full of bruises. V'tachet ma'aseh miksha karcha, and in another verse there, instead of well-adorned hair, they became bald. Makom shahayu mitkash tot bo ne'asa krachim krachim. And the place instead where they had done up their hair so fancy, okay, instead it became bald patches. Betachet patigil machgorat sak. And then again, instead of fancy clothes, right, for joy, right, fine clothing, it became sackcloth. Petachim hamaviim lidei gila, okay, that those kinds of clothing that were intended for joy, for sensual pleasure, the yulamachgoret sak became instead clothes for sackcloth, instead for mourning. Okay, again, another citation from part of the pasuk, ki tachet yofi, where it said that it was in place of beauty. Amar Rabba, hainu da amre inshe chilufe shofra kiva. Okay, wherein said what happens, that this is where people said instead of beauty, there became ulcers, sickness. Right? V'sapach Hashem kadkod benot Zion, and then another pasuk again from the same section in Isaiah, right? That Hashem would smite them with scabs, right? The sapach, the kind of scabs. These women, the daughters of Zion, Amar Rabbi Yossi b'Rabbi Chanina, Milamed sheparcha bahen tzara'a, that this would tell us that they broke out in a kind of leprosy. Kativ hacha v'sapach. Why? Because it's written here, sapach, uktiv hatam laseit lasait ulasapachat. And elsewhere it's written again, scabs and sarat, a kind of sarat. Right? V'Hashem patchan ya'ara, and again the pasuk, he laid bare their secret parts. Rav u'Shmuel. Says Rav and Shmuel, Chad Amar Shenish Pachu Kekiton. One explained it that their internal organs poured out like a jug. V'chad Amar She'nasu Petchein Kiyah. And another said that their private openings, any part of their body that was open, became full of hair, like a forest. Right? Amar Rav Yehuda, Amar Rav. Another section. Anshe Yerushalayim, Anshe Shachatz Hayu. The people of Jerusalem were arrogant, were vulgar. Right? Adam Omer Lechaveiro, B'mes Udata Hayom. Okay, so this is what he's interpreting the pasuk. Okay, on what did you eat? What did you dine today? Bepat Amilah, was it well-kneaded bread? Or bepat she'ena Amilah, or on bread that wasn't well-kneaded? Bayayin Ugor Dali, was it wine that was white wine? Okay. Oh, let's go over a little bit. Bayayin Chardali, or was it dark wine? B'masav Rachav, in a wide couch, or b'masav Katzar, in a narrow couch. B'chaver tov, or b'chaver ra, with a good companion or a bad companion. Amar Rav Chisda, and Rav Chisda says, Atse Yerushalayim shel kinamon hayu. Okay, I'm sorry, I skipped. Amar Rav Chisda, v'chulan liznut amar. And says Rav Chisda, they were really referring euphemistically to sexual activities. White wine meant a light-colored woman. Dark wine, a dark-colored woman. A broad couch meant a fat woman. A narrow couch, a skinny woman. So on. Okay. Now, Rachava Amar, says Rachava, Amar Rabbi Yehuda, in the name of Rabbi Yehuda, Atse Yerushalayim shel kinamon hayu. He said to show how arrogant the Jerusalemites were. Okay, this was their problem, that the logs that they used for fuel in the temple were made of cinnamon. Ubesha'a shayu masikin mehem, and at the time that they would burn them, Reichan nodef b'chol eretz Yisrael, that the aroma would spread throughout the entire land, right? Umishechava Yerushalayim, but once Jerusalem was destroyed, right? Nig nizu, these special logs were hidden, right? V'lo nishaer ela kisaora, and the only amount left of them that could be found was maybe the size of a grain of barley. Umishtakayach b'ga'azeh tetzim tzam'ai malkata. Okay, and at best, they could only be found in the collection of the queen's treasury, right? And we'll stop right there and pick up tomorrow with the new Mishnah there on Samach Gimel. But again, I'll tell us that it's a long Gemara as well. All right?
Thank you, Rabbi Green. Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay, everybody, stay well and take care.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Rabbi.